Hey guys, BW here. We're back out in the garage. We're jumping back over on the 70 Nova today. We got so many panels to change and so much welding to do. I didn't want to overwhelm you guys with it, but we got to get some of it done. And this is what we're working on. So we're just going to have you follow along every step of the way. We try to do at least an hour or two in the shop every day. Do the best we can, you know, working a full-time job. All right, we got these spot welds down along here from rocker to inner quarter. All right, we have the inner quarter to the new wheel tubs. We got to put the new wheel tubs together, and we got to put the package tray to the wheel tubs. Then we'll go underneath, finish welding the wheel tubs together, and weld the bracket from the trunk to the from the trunk hinge to the wheel tub. We are not going to weld the wheel tubs to the outer quarters because we are going to change those. All right, so we'll be ahead of the game not having those welded when we go to pull the quarters off. And we already broke these welds a long time ago on the door jamb, so that's going to come off. It's going to be able to peel that off pretty quick when we get to that. I've already got the paint cleared off of some of these spot welds, and I'm trying to minimize the amount of tech screws I use, but I do have a couple on here because I can't get any of my clamps, particularly my welding clamp. I can't get that in here. So this is one of those spots where we have to use tech screws. There's nothing wrong with using them. You know, a lot of guys use them, including me. Hopefully the welder's set all right. I just changed the settings. If you remember when we did the muffler brackets and muffler, the pipe was a little thicker. So let me see what we got here. Like I said, those ones are really tough to get to, and they're a little ugly, but that's okay. They're down in the gutter here, so you know, once everything's in here, it's not going to matter. They're nice and strong, and that is the main thing. All right, now we're going to start working our way up on the side to get this inner structure welded to the wheel tub. And we'll get this structure. I think after I weld this structure to the wheel tub, I think I'll put this portion of the wheel tub together and then put this on. And we're going to get underneath the car and get that welded out underneath there as well. Welded up. bring you guys over and show you. I'll fast forward some of that, guys. I know that that's, you know, tedious watching me run plug welds, but it's what you got to do to build a car. You'll see down through here the new sheet metal. They're really nice because they were manageable holes that I drilled. These other ones are not my prettiest work, but I promise they're very strong. All right, we'll touch them with a grinder just because. But you know, they're good and strong. We're happy with it. You guys can see the package tray. Okay guys, I got a new warning. The GoPro turned itself off because it was too hot. But as you guys can see, we got everything inside the cabin welded up. We got the package tray to the wheel tub. We got the wheel tubs welded together. We got the inner quarter welded to the wheel tub. And we have the inner quarter welded to the rocker. So it's all connected now. Obviously this still ain't connected because we're taking that quarter off at some point, but for the most part everything is connected. So well, let me get set up underneath the car and we'll go ahead and get the last little bit of welding done on this side. And that's what we're gonna do tonight. Guys, we're underneath the car. You see I got the weld plug pliers fixed, so we're happy about that. We're just gonna work our way around, weld these two wheel tub pieces together, and weld this bracket to the wheel tub. I also want to look under there. I told you I popped that one hole right there, just a tiny bit. So it's all right. I think I'm gonna have to get the hammer and right through here. I'd like it, it's not as tight as I'd like it to be up in here, but I don't think there's a whole lot we can do about it. I surmised anyway that it's going to be what it is. So right here, these two pieces are sandwiched together really tight, but it right here, at the where they meet, it's an opening. So let me grab the hammer and the punch and see if we can work that together a little bit. I think it's just the way they're stamped, and truth be told, as long as they're welded together strong, I don't think it'll matter all that much because seam sealer fixes everything. I just want to see if it's going to make a difference. So let's go right by the hinge area. This is where the problem is, right through here. Three from here to here. Pretty good. Pretty good. That's got it. And a little spot at the top. But we're gonna call it. Alright. I think I want to get myself I'm gonna get myself some etching primer. I'm cool with all this. It's nice and strong. We might just touch up the tops with our sanding disc. We'll do that tomorrow and wrap up this side and get ready to start the other side. All right, guys, it's the next day. We're gonna jump over and weld out the driver's side. Let's go over and visit that for a second. I'll show you what's going on with it. We have to weld it down into the channel like before, and then we got to weld the wheel tub to the inner quarter, and we're going to go in there and weld the brace to the tub and the package tray. We already have the two wheel tubs welded together. We did that a while ago. I was holding off on this side because it just wasn't fitting good, and it's the poor hang on this quarter that they did. I mean, when I did the rocker and I cut, you can see where the old welds are on the quarter panel for those of you that are new. There was no metal structure inside, so they welded the quarter to the rocker with tacks, and as soon as I broke it loose, the whole quarter like kind of twanged. And I'll show you, it's like the gap's good, you know, up where it's supposed to be, and then you get down here and it just starts to touch. So it's like, well, what happened here? I don't know, but if you look, the door gap ain't horrible, and we do have room for back and forth with that, and I'm comfortable welding this all together because I know that this quarter wasn't right. I mean, we have to have something to go by, so I took measurements from the door openings on both sides, and everything's pretty darn close to exactly what it was. So let's fire up the welder. We already got one weld here. Let's fire up the welder and let's get these welded in and get. All right, guys, well, the battery died, but I just jumped underneath and I welded this bracket, this hinge bracket to the wheel tub, and I just started dusting it off. I didn't even start cleaning up the two wheel tubs welded together on either side. Now, these ones were done a while back. All I did was jump under and do this. Let's jump out and look at what we did on the inside real quick. All right, guys, you can see we got it spot welded to the rocker panel. Our new patch that's welded up into the inner quarter. We got the inner quarter welded to the wheel tub flange. Now this one here, it was a little crazy. There was only like half a hole, so I had to fill up a bunch of metal. And I started sanding at it. I got to get a new disc, but I'm going to finish cleaning that up. And I got one little spot up here that I realized later I'm going to have to fire the welder back up to fix. We got the package tray to the wheel tub welded as well, so it's nice and secure. We got this one bead down here because I just didn't like it not welded to the flange. We don't have anything on that side. That flange was shorter. See how it's open there? So I may make a plate just to stick in there. We'll see how that goes. All right, so that's what we got going. That's the update for the week. We're working on the Nova. I think we're gonna jump over and maybe start doing some little bit of body stuff on the gasser here coming up too, just to mix it up and keep it going back and forth. All right, so that's what we have. Hope you guys like this update. If you did and you haven't yet, please consider hitting the subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything and it sure does help me. Until next time, take care everybody.